Hiya folks, we're just like to see the tools that you're going to be using today. They're all there, count them, and let's go back to task in hand. What we're doing or involved with is door handles. We'll start here. Right, now the first thing we have to do, and I've used cardboard as you probably saw to lock the door solid so there's something to work on without it moving. Now in this instance what we've been doing is changing the door handles from the originals. In this case we've fitted a new one. However, when we take this handle down, it sticks, right? Which is not good enough. So we want to figure out why. Now there's one or two reasons. When we put these handles on, there's a spindle obviously joins them, but the spindle is 10 centimetres. That may be the problem. This is a new one, of course. We'll take a one off, but we'll take this one off as we did the original, just the same thing, show you how to take it off. Or they may not be aligned properly, the spindle. The barrel's fitted, everything else is okay. So let's first of all take this handle off. Just assume that this is also the original one, because it came off exactly the same way. I'm assuming you can see that through the camera. That's one. Don't stand on it, don't lose it. Two. This is all that holds these handles on. The one that came off was exactly the same as regards putting it together, how we fitted it together. So now we'll take this handle off. Now what I want to do next, show you the 7 full length and 10 centimetres. Now it's not bad, but the 10 centimetres we do there. If you felt you wanted to take it out a section, using a hacksaw, and I think it will just take a piece off. Just using a hacksaw, but it's still in there. Don't let the professionals see how kind of advice I'm using for the house. Just leaving it in. This is the full process. noisy too. Sing amongst yourselves or something. What I'm doing here is I'm taking off about, what we're taking off about 0.5 of a centimetre, just to make sure the two handles are not going to be rubbing, to eliminate that as a problem. Could be the handle itself though. So that's that off. Next thing, just give it a wee file round. Smooth it off. Now that should ensure it's not rubbing. That's fine. Right? Nevertheless, I want to have a look. I'm not too happy with the spindle, the hole for the spindle. It should be maybe slightly bigger. So we will do that. And to do that, we'll take this side off as well. Spindle should be okay to 10 centimetres, but just to make sure, eliminate any possibilities. Now the spindle may not be allowed to turn properly when you pull the handle down or up. I want to release it because it's off canter, shall we say. So that's them both off. Now we're going to use the round wound rasp, not the flat wound round rasp, but the round wound rasp. You have a go. So let's take this all together. Now the original, I took the original off and took the barrel out. What it went into was a circular hole, but the one we replaced it with, which is this one, the hole was too small for a new barrel, which was square. So we had to fit a square barrel into a round hole. Clever trick, but didn't manage it. So what we did, I take this out. Come on, Tom. So a nice fit, too good a fit. Come on. There you are. Now as I said, we had to fit a square barrel into a round hole, which we couldn't do. So there's various ways of enlarging the hole. The obvious one and the best one is to use a power drill with a suitable bit on it and just drill the hole larger. So then you could fit in the barrel, right? Bring that right there. Now that's all very well if you have a drill. So if I were to assume you didn't have a drill, your next thing we'd use to enlarge the hole would be a wood chisel, right? Just take your time and chisel away to get it as you require it. However, if you're not too sure how to use it with chisel, or you're concerned about it, which may not be, the next thing, which I used because of this is what we have all these things available, was the rasp. This is a flat wound round rasp as against a round wound round rasp. Oh boy. Now this is rather a painstaking way to do it, but slowly but surely, make sure that they're too far and ground down the wound with this rasp. Now I would advise you use a drill or a chisel. If you don't have them in your hand, which I assumed in this case you didn't, that was $2.99 for the flat wound round rasp and $2.99 for the round wound round rasp. And using those two, I slowly ground down the wound to the size I required. The other system is in the words of the songs. As city girls seem to find out early how to open doors with just a smile. The same might apply here, but it's never worked for me. Anyway, so that's just, but let's get back to our concern. We now have a size that we're comfortable with. That's us. Now we want the round, wound, round rasp. The wound, round rasp. Yes, that's it. And this hole here, we want to line it better with this one because it's not nice as it should be. So we use it to open this up somewhat. Because that is going to have the thread back to the problem one. If we get to that, we'll have to take off both handles and the barrel. And the spindle, obviously. It's a spindle we cut. You saw how to use the door as a device. Don't show this video to any professional alpha males with a armpit scratching, knuckle dragging moans. We'll never hear the end of it. Shouldn't have said that, shouldn't I? The rasp is a rather difficult, hard graft to do that way. But if you're not comfortable with the drill as a big chisel, that's an alternative. Drill it to a much quicker. Oh, stop, smile. Open the doors. Now, where's our barrel? Let's put our barrel in. The right way. That's right. Now we're getting clearance here. Clearance here. Yes. Clearance in all counts. So, if we've got it right, let's put it together. I'm trying not getting rid of the camera if I can avoid it. Hiya folks, a small thing I made with some value to you, which again, you didn't show this video to the professionals. Where you find perhaps it's an older door and you screw the screw in and all it does is flop about. So much so that you can actually just you can just pull it back out your fingernails and get hold of it. If not, just get a screwdriver. Right? And it just pulls out. So this screw's not going to hold. So what do? We could get a new door. Rather expensive. But as I said, provided you don't tell anybody, you get a spent match, you push it in, you break it off, or break it up before you put it in. Right? Now you put the wood screw back in. Aha! And lo and behold, you don't have to buy a new door. And it's really quite secure actually. Now that's a good grip it's got now. So, a spent match, put it in, break it off, screw up, and that's it. And if you're going to use the rasp, remember, it can be rather heavy work, but it's inexpensive. Thanks again.